Okay. It looks like everything connected. We got everything back up. Let me put my phone back up on Twitch here. We'll get started. Jesus. Hate when the power goes out like that. Hate when the power goes out like that. We back though. Oh, what happened, phone? Uh-oh. Everything connect? Yes. It looks like everything has connected. It looks like we back. Can you guys hear me? It looks like you guys can hear me. It looks like you guys can hear me on mine. I think we back. Something is always out to take down the stream. Dude, I swear, bro. Like, I feel like this kind of nonsense happens way too much, dude. Like, this kind of nonsense happens way too much. Like, the power goes out, the internet goes out, there's always something, yada, 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 yada. Anyway. We hit Living Legend. Maybe that's what maybe that's what happened. Okay. Ira's so good we crashed the stream, but we're back. Let's do it. More Ira, more games. Let's play. Oh, was that actually a Valda game? I do want to play a Valda game. No. Thought there was a Valda game there. Must have disappeared or reloaded from something earlier. Ira really good? I agree. Ira's great. The 0-1 start? No. We're not counting that game. We are not counting that game. Hey, it's Michael. Michael, let's go. Good luck to you, man. Good luck to you, sir. Okay. I think we actually cut a few cards and bring a few different cards in this matchup. So I know we're on Shelters, Sinks, and Fates. And I think we're on Snag and 2 Sigil of Solace. We cut Razor, we cut a Cut Through, and we cut a Pain in the Backside, if I remember correctly. No. We cut Razor, and we cut a Concealed Blade and a Knives Out. Where are you? I can't type either, apparently. All right, so we cut some blues, we bring in some good stuff, and we're going to try and run them over. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we can get some dubs here. Ira's like a bad assassin. Cut power to the wrong house. Technically, I conceded. I agree. Technically, we conceded. I think this hand's pretty good at like playing offense. I think we're just supposed to pass though, right? Like we can just pass Arsenal to sink below, and we can just look to like pretty much just like play out our hand. I'm gonna no block this all the way. This is fine. Hey, what's up, Will? How are you, buddy? Testing a list from Syndra that uses more daggers and also a bit of disruption. Worked with a bit of high roll cards and buying. At least I'm finding it more fun than the red line. Dude, I'm glad that you're enjoying it, man. I personally won't touch Syndra with a 10-foot pole, but I'm glad you're having a good time and I'm glad you're enjoying the deck. Technically, we conceded is correct, but nobody knows that. We're just gonna block 3 and see what they do. Wow, they had a pretty good hand. Michael had a pretty good hand to start here. We're just going to yeah, not sink anything. I'm glad that we said no blocks on the dagger because I almost blocked it. So it's gonna be Kodachi, Bittering Thorns into probably Cut Through. Bittering Thorns for 5. Sounds good. Cut Through for 5 on a hit mask is pretty good here. Are Rangers good enough to justify a third Kodachi in the side? I mean, I'm not playing a third Kodachi in the side, but I don't. It's possible, I guess. Yeah, dude, Vincent, I'm definitely down for a rematch. Sorry, my internet or my power flickered. I don't know what happened, but it took me a minute to get the stream back up. So sorry about that, buddy. Sorry about our game. Were you the one playing Riptide earlier? But I'm definitely down for another game later for sure. Our hand doesn't block very well. I would like to force them to flick here if I can. Oh, just kidding. Okay, so Michael's drawn two like really insane hands back to back here. I mean, I'm not saying that she's not fun, right? Like if you're playing a hero and you're having fun, that's all that matters, you know? Like that's all that matters. I think we have to take this one. Kind of feels bad because we're going to get flicked here. So we're going to fall down to 24 and then we're going to go to 23. The fact that like Michael just had the Tarantula Toxin was pretty unfortunate for us there. I do like that we can go Kadachi into Sirens here. Michael stacking, cut the power again. Oh, that's so funny. Trying to get back into watching fab content and peel my head away from the video editor. Bro, dude, I felt that, man. Like, genuinely, I felt that, brother. It can be, like, you just find yourself just sitting there, and, like, it's just a slog. Because you're trying to edit videos, you're trying to put things together, and, like, it's just tough, man. It is tough. Like, I 110% wholeheartedly understand where you're coming from there. It's just tough sometimes. So we're just going to come in for 7, gain 3 life, and then we're just going to Arsenal Shelter. Like, I'm totally okay with this hand. Going to start lurking more? I appreciate that, Will. I appreciate it, man. I think she's fine right now, but she has so many matchups that are, in my opinion, much harder and much worse. Yeah, like, I think if, like, you're looking from, like, a comp perspective, I think you're in a much better situation to just play Ira, personally. Like, personally, I would just play Ira. I mean, there's a reason that I'm considering Ira for Kansas City. Definitely a reason I'm considering Ira for Kansas City and not Syndra. I mean, like, we're just going to play the blocking game, I guess, here. I don't know if discarding this to prevent the flick. Oh, wait, no, that's not what I wanted to do. What? Huh. Definitely wanted to prevent the flick there. Man, I guess we ended up getting more value out of this either way, but... Oh, that's right. It was in my arsenal. I'm an idiot. Never mind. Ignore me. Sorry. Coming into Fab, I told myself I'm only here to have fun and become a good player. So far, I've been having a ton of fun in 4 years. I'm still bad, but it's fun. I mean, as long as you're having fun, that's what matters, right? Like, I honestly think that's, like, the biggest piece. As long as you're having a good time at the end of the day, that's the only thing that matters. And I firmly believe that. Firmly believe that. And my definition of fun is to try and do as best as I can at high level tournaments because I want to be a very good player. But that's not everybody's perception of fun, you know? Like, some people just like to play Blitz or play LL and just, like, hang out and have a good time with their friends. Like, that's all that matters to them. So it's Kadachi, pain in the backside, dual threat, Kadachi, pain in the backside. We're going to have to take quite a bit of damage to do it looks like, but... Spike with Blood Rod on Kiss of Death is so obnoxious. Because right now, we're at a virtual 9. Yeah, we're going to take one down to 13, and then we're basically just taking 4. Maybe I'll play Icelander in LL instead of Zen. I mean, I think that LL Icelander's a blast. So I'm at 6, pretty much. Is there any world? So if I pitch Sigil of Solace here, I can pitch Sigil of Solace to Kodachi and then attack with Pain in the backside, break the chain, and go dual threat into Kodachi for 7, Pain in the backside for 9. I think that's better value than actually playing the Sigil of Solace here. The only consideration is that I'm at 6. They probably have a D-react here. That's fine. We're going to break the combat chain. It's going to be dual threat. Kodachi for 7. Which is honestly really good. Like, this hand's very powerful. And then it's Pain in the backside for 9. So if they take this, they're taking 10 down to 4. No, that's fine. We're at 6. Feels bad, but we're at 6. I mean, I suppose there's a world they kept double pump and we're just dead. No? Okay. I think I'm okay blocking with Censor here. I mean, I don't know. We like the fact that we've been able to get through this is crazy. Oh, I have to admit, playing Ira is not something I had or I did not think a few weeks ago I would be playing Ira. I can safely say that. Codex would be backbreaking. Yeah, that sucks. And I don't think they have a leave no witnesses, which is kind of nice. They get a Pain in the backside. So they're going to go again into Rowdy Locals. So we're just blocking with everything here. Like, we don't have another choice. What's the best card we can get into our arsenal here? E-Strike seems fine. Siren seems okay. I mean, if we're ever able to keep a blue, like, I guess we can just, like, play Sirens. I don't know if this is correct or not. We're going to discard the Sirens and go back to 6. I mean, do we just take 2 here? Go to 4, and then we can go Kodachi, break these for 3, and then throw 6, I guess? Yeah, I guess they don't have any cards in hand. Getting the Sirens of Safe Harbor worked out pretty well. So it's 4 to 4. We're not marked, and then they get an Arsenal. So this is for 0. I think I want to get as many cards as I can here. I wonder if I'm supposed to throw Kodachi for 1 as opposed to throwing this for 3. Hey, Annabelle, what's up? I found that as a player who really likes Guardian, Ira hits that middle ground for me. Yeah, I agree. I think Ira is a very good middle ground, and she fills that role for me very well as well, Isaac. The good thing for us is that we get to end the game at 5 here. Honestly, I kind of wrote the game off a second ago. Kodachi would have been for 1 if it was the second one on the second chain link. Would have been for 1 if it was the second chain link because of Ira's text box. Okay. Well, we can't just go to 1. they'll just kill us with the flick knives. So we're just kind of forced into blocking like this. The worst part's like we're not even guaranteed to take a card out of their hand here. They're just going to go to 1, and then they're just going to give us Crown of Providence and keep 4 cards. At least that's what I would do. We'll block like this. We're not really going to be able to do anything this turn, so... Actually, that's wrong. We're supposed to block like this. Oh, well, we're dead. Never mind. I'm not going to lie. I didn't think Command & Conquer would strand us with a card. Yeah, we had an AVPT of 15.71, and, like, we just lost the game, which is very intriguing. Michael had a very good start to the game. Hitting us with the Savor Bloodshed into the Kiss of Death T-Tox. Like, that was his 3-card hand, was Savor Bloodshed, T-Tox, and Kiss of Death, is really unfortunate for us. Also, the other card was a Shelter, right? Yeah. So this was Michael's 4-card hand on that second turn, and that's just like super bad for us. It was kind of weird. Like, I felt like we were in an okay spot, even considering how bad the game started for us. We started out a million miles behind. Like we were just behind like the entire beginning of the game, trying to catch back up there. Michael played that well though. You want to play a mirror? That sounds like fun. We can play one after this. I was like, I think Vincent and I are going to get our run back here from earlier. Shelter, Sinks, and Fates, and then pretty much nothing else because nothing else does anything. Yeah, no, this is... Snag's not going to do anything. So Ira is a better option than for Gravy Boy. I genuinely believe, Hellspawn, that Gravy Bone's worst matchup is Ira. Genuinely believe that its worst matchup is Ira. Okay. I mean, they're just trying to give us the frailty to slow us down here, which is a little unfortunate because it means our Kodachi's only going to be for 4. Which is kind of a funny thing to say. Inertia Trap would be pretty bad here. Worst matchup is Ira? I agree. I think that is one of Gravy Bone's worst matchups in general right now. Watch out, internet. Riptide's coming. Dude, if our power goes out again, I'm never going to convince Vincent that, like, I'm not just dodging him. Dude, Michael, you played really well that game, man. Well played, buddy. You played really well that game, brother. You had a good start. Like, you drew kind of hot in the beginning, and you played well, man. And, like, you won because of it. It was a good game. I'm testing Gravy. Wait, what do you mean? Like, you're playing Gravy Bones? Is that what you mean, Dave? We're just going to Arsenal Favor Scene here. So I'm kind of thinking that we can go... There's a Tar Pit Trap on top, so go again. Kind of thinking Kodachi, Pain in the Backside for 4 into Command & Conquer. We're going to block E-Strike here, and then we're just going to give the Favor Scene on the Searing Shot. I'm more than content to block like this. Let's leave this on top. Like, Tunic will be coming up. We can try to put together hand. Oh, tonight is KFC versus Popeyes? See, now that's what I'm talking about. If Dave is testing different, like, gravies, you know, that's what I'm talking about. Like, do we want to be a KFC gravy? I mean, KFC's got some pretty good gravy now. I won't lie. KFC's got some pretty good gravy, guys. Gravy is better into Slippy than into Ira? I think so. I think you have an easier time beating Slippy with Gravy Bones than you do with Ira. Or than you do beating an Ira. KFC gravy best. I could not agree with you more. So, does that mean my Command and Conquer just does nothing, basically? I mean, it sucks, but Ira can consistently kill the big health allies in one card versus Slippy. Yeah, I mean, I personally believe that like let me rephrase. I've only played against like one or two, but I've been told that you have a better matchup spread into Gravy just because of like your ability to block consistently and also go wide at the same time. Rut-row, Raggy. I'm gonna take 5 here. So what I'm thinking right now is that I'm okay blocking Torrent of Tempo and Conceal Blade here. Because I could go Dagger, break both of these for 3, Dual Threat into Kadachi for 4, into CNC for 9. So we're going to take 5. I'm pretty content here. I don't know why, but recently KFC seems blanched to me in comparison to Popeyes. Dude, nothing wrong with that. It's whatever you like, brother. It's whatever you like. 0 gravy on mashed potatoes? I mean, to each their own, man. To each their own. To each their own, sir. I've got some friends on Cuddy Shark. Just because like they know that like they'll struggle into like Slippy struggles into the 4s. Makes a lot of sense. Oh yeah, the Ira Armory deck headpiece it goes ham in that matchup. Goes absolutely ham in that matchup. It is crazy. It is crazy. Bell had me fatigue Slippy, and it worked surprisingly well. You're playing Gravy Bones and fatiguing Slippies? That's interesting. That's kind of cool. Come in for 3. Put a counter on Tunic, I suppose? I would pick Tunic because I'm probably going to block with Tunic before I block with Mask. But who knows? Dual Threat. 4. Matchup makes you want to play Remembrance for more Mist Blossoms. Now that would be cool. I do like the idea of that. I've actually never had gravy at Dairy Queen. Huh, I'll have to try that next time I go, Brian. Thank you for that suggestion. I've never had gravy at Dairy Queen though. Well, I guess we're just gonna throw Torrent of Tempo then. I mean, if they're gonna stop on hit effects, then they're gonna stop on hit effects here. Just play all 70, crawl down the life total, and hold a whaler in the bin so that you can just like get them at the end. Yeah, that makes sense. Whataburger gravy is banging. Okay, Toss, let's go. Cookout's better than Dairy Queen. If you're talking about gravy, for sure. Like, I don't know, maybe. I don't know. I don't think I've ever had gravy from Cookout either. We'll just play the shelter here, I guess, just for value. I mean, this is just like a value game, so this is fine. When is KC? Next weekend. So, like, not in a couple of days. Next weekend. So, like, a week and a half, basically. Oh, I just realized I don't have a blue. Probably should have thought about that. I was sitting here looking at my turn going, oh my god, this turn's insane. Well, yeah, it's insane because you don't have a blue. Oh. Yo, who's putting gravy down as their hot dog topping? I'd be down for that. I'd try that. EQ gravy is what white country gravy you put on your biscuits in the morning? Okay. I don't hate that. I like some country gravy now. I'm lost in the gravy conversation. I'm from New York, still adjusting to the South. Was more speaking generally. No, John, you're good, bro. You're good, dude. So So we get to go 5 into 5 here. I mean, we were able to take 1 off of their hand and then just throw 11. 3-card 11. God, Ira's numbers are just so insane. No! We keep getting got by all the traps. I feel like that's where most of the damage we've taken this game is coming from. So now we have 0 incentive to block with the Tunic. Ruh-roh. I mean, I think I'm just okay with this exchange. We don't take Pox token. We actually gain a life on this exchange. I think this is fine. This game feels like it's going a lot better for me than the last matchup we played against them. Block E-Strike and Vapor Scene. Or I could block E-Strike, and then I could go Dagger for 5, Commanding Conquer for 7, Arsenal Vapor Scene could be good. You play Ikaru because it's a blue empowerment, right? Yes, 100%. It's a blue that pitches to Kodachis, and it's also empowerment. That is 100% why I'm on it, Michael. Hey, Josh, what's up, dude? I'm team hit Tipple because that card is so good. I don't think you can hit all the Tipples. You have to restrict the color. If you hit all of them, I think that it's just like... I think the deck is like borderline unplayable at that point. Which might be a little too much. Like, I think if you ban Tipple outright, I think the deck is borderline unplayable. Let's put a blue on the bottom. Yeah, like if you hit a color, like if you hit reds or you hit blues, I think it's fine. Like, I think the deck is still playable and has options, but if you take all of the Tipples away from Gravy Bones, the deck is unplayable. Like, I don't think the deck functions at all. Like, I think it starts losing to Victor. And like, that's a big statement, guys. If you got transformed into a camel, do you think Carly would still let you live in the house? So, like, I have a couple of follow-up questions, Dave. Does Carly know I'm a camel, is my first question. So, does Carly know I'm a camel? And then past that, like, well, this is fine. So does Carly know I'm a camel? And if so, am I a talking camel or just a camel? Think you take yellow and blue? When in doubt, hit yellows? I mean, man, I don't know. Like, we're just going to attack for 7 here. Like, I know that there's no Arsenal hit, but we're up 7 points, and I would rather force cards or force the action. I'm really curious to know what Dave hits back here with, because this is going to, like, really interpret on my answer. Also, why are we not on Shuko? Well, we're on Tearing Shuko because we're not on enough cards to really utilize Tiger Stripe Shuko because we're not playing enough things with base power 2 or less. If you could have one hero come back from LL, who would it be? And it can't be Aurora. If I could have one hero come back from LL, who would it be that's not Aurora? One hero back from LL. Probably Chain. Probably Chain. I like Chain a lot. I enjoyed playing Chain, and Chain was popular and a good deck before I knew how to play the game. I would pick Chain for the overall health of the metagame. There are enough cards now in CC that I think would slow Chain down to a reasonable standpoint to where Chain would be okay. We have more cards now, and so I still think Chain would be powerful, but I don't think it would be as broken as it was, or maybe I'm just crazy. If I had to pick a deck for selfish purposes, it would be Oldhim. If you gave me Oldhim, Like if someone came to me and was like, "Hey, Oldham's going to be legal in Kansas City," I would right now midstream make a new thumbnail and play Oldham the rest of the stream. I mean, it's chain without wait, it's chain that has Warmonger's Diplomacy in the format, which matters. It's chain that does not have Rosetta Thorn. Like, I think it would be good, but I don't think it would be this like ridiculously broken thing. I don't know. Oldham was peak. I agree. Jarl is not a replacement. Preach. Preach. 9. Yikes. We're gonna take a bunch of damage here. I'm content with just going Kodachi into Censor, or Kodachi Censor here, and then arsenaling the Shelter from the Storm. I'm okay with this. Shane would just invalidate Vincent's reason to exist because he can just run her cards but better. I mean, yeah, but like Vincent doesn't really have a reason to exist anyway right now. Like, let's just be honest, guys. It's so weird because you get to play Oakenold Fuse so much more with Jarl, but never makes up for the absence of Endless Winter. Endless Winter is like the card that I miss the most. If you gave... Ugh, that sucks. That sucks. If you gave Jarl Endless Winter, I think the deck would be better. Tell Fabton. Tell him. You tell Fabton. Fabton knows how I feel about that. Fabton knows that I think that, like, it's like, I mean, he makes the deck look good. But I just don't think the deck is good. So what, this is going to be 11? It's going to be 13. 3, 7, 11, 12. Let's bottom this. Let's keep churning through our deck here. I mean, we're just going to cover this up. It's been an interesting game. We love 0 for 7 defense reactions. We do. Oh, dude. Fabton would play Chain in a second. And he would be a great Chain player. I'm hoping they don't do a lot of offense this turn, because if we can keep this hand, we're going to kill them. Like, I need to be able to stay at like 3 or more this turn. Hey, what's up, Setsu? Peck Perfect in a top 8 Kansas City list. You heard it here first. It's aggressive, Nick. I don't know, buddy. I don't know. That's big talk. Peck Perfect's not even made the cut of my Valda deck, for God's sakes, bro. Like, after seeing MPG, I'm glad I swapped from Guardian to Assassin. I just want good on hits. Dude, don't we all? Don't we all, Will? Yep. I mean, we get to go Kodachi, Bittering Thorns Kodachi here, which is fine. Like, oh, he did an Arsenal. Vincent chose not to Arsenal. Interesting. Wonder what the rationale is there. Be curious to know what cards are in their hand. LSS hates Guardian. I don't think LSS hates Guardian. And if you want the truth, I think the kind of like determining factor, the reason that we can't say something like that is because we have 2 Guardians in Living Legend. I think that's like just kind of a fact. I'm also excited to try out Valda. I'm also excited. Like, I've been playing quite a bit of Valda, and Like, guys, I'm just gonna level with y'all. There's a good chance, like, depending on how the games go that I am testing tomorrow, there's a good chance she is like gonna be like the top running deck for my pick for Kansas City. LSS hates Warrior. Now that's big facts, actually. I actually big agree with that. Just play Gravy. I hate Gravy Bones, dude. I hate board state decks, man. I just hate board state decks. I just hate board state heroes so much. Because when Warrior is good, the game can be very unfun. I mean, I actually think Warrior being good is not like necessarily indicative of the fact that like the game is in a good or bad spot. Warrior's a very like fair thing, and it just uses the reaction system. So like Warrior just like abuses your opponent for being unknowledgeable about the game. I don't think Warrior being good is necessarily has anything to do with the fact that like CC's in a bad place. Gravy is probably a more balanced version of a board state deck already. I mean, I do think that Gravy is I definitely think that Gravy is like very I think that Gravy is balanced very well into everything but Guardian. And even then it's like okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I would take 2 and go to 5 and then gain 1. Take 1 and go to 6. I don't really care how we resolve the triggers. I'm just interested in trying to apply some pressure here. I think that Dory actually farms Gravy Bones pretty well. Gravy is fun. You're just vibing, putting out bros while the other side's crying, trying to clear your bros. I mean, Dave, you do make it sound pretty compelling. I also don't want to buy the Gravy Bones cards. Like, on God, for real, for real. Don't want to buy the Gravy Bone cards. I don't think we're going to sink anything. Codex? Seems right. You have to play Codex. You have to load this card. Oh no, they want to discard this card? Remorseless? I mean, we're just going to get back Command and Conquer, right? We're going to discard Sirens of Safe Harbor to go back to 7. And then we're going to take 2 and go to 5. Like, this is fine. Now I'm basically just looking to keep a card to play Command and Conquer. I agree. I mean, I think that you have a pretty good... I actually think you have a pretty good Gravy matchup as Dory. Kansas City, Dark Horse pick, Valda. Valda. I'm hoping the Mastery Pack generics crash in price pretty quickly. Part of me is worried they'll become more expensive than they should due to packs not being opened much. So it's very funny that you say that, Jay, because one of my locals, good buddy of mine, his name's also Zach, was saying that the other day, that he is worried that people aren't going to open this set. And because of that, prices are going to be high, which it's not a terrible take. Teklo I mean, that's a pretty dark horse take. I mean, maybe my pick is not very dark horse then. I don't know. Like, maybe my pick is not very dark horse then. Sounds like it's not. Sounds like my pick is pretty lame. I mean, I think Valda's in a really good spot. Ira's probably like a dark horse pick. I mean, she just won the last calling, so I don't really know how we can say that reliably. I mean, we haven't had a single hand where we've been able to keep any cards. I mean, the frailty sucks, but it is what it is. I don't think we have another option here. Best performing card guy in Kansas City and why? I don't know who all is going to Kansas City from the card guys, if I'm being honest. I don't know who all is going to Kansas City. I mean, sure, there's still more traps in their deck. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what we were supposed to do. Like, they had multiple hands where... good game. There were multiple hands where they just threw, like, 20 points at us. Like, I can point to multiple hands that game where, like, 20-plus points came across, and or actually, you know what? Let's just look. Maybe I'm, like, just feeling bad instead of thinking about it here. They never threatened more than 16. So there's a turn where they blocked 8 and dealt 14, which is crazy to me. And then there's a 16 and 3. So maybe they didn't do that much offense. I don't know. Maybe I spent too much time running my mouth. Dude, do not tell me. Okay, I was like, dude, do not tell me that after that. Yeah, I don't like. Our opponent had all of the defensive cards when we were playing offense. And then when they, like, then they got to the end of the game and they just had all of the gas at the end of the game. I mean, there was multiple turns where they went 3 wide. I don't know. Feels bad. Feels bad. The mirror is interesting. I guess we'll go second. Hey, GG Vincent, I enjoyed the game, man. Return Fire got a lot of value. Yeah, that makes sense. Return Fire did get a lot of value. We're on all the defense reactions. I don't really think we want anything else. I think we're just playing 60 in the mirror. I don't know. I think we're supposed to go second no matter what, right? The internet did survive that Riptide game. It did. Yep. This is, I feel like now looking back at that Riptide game, I feel like that's just a super unfavored game for us. Like, I feel like that matchup is wildly unfavored now that I'm looking back at it. Because it's like, all of our stuff has go again or gets buffed in value because of Ira, so we turn on every single trap. So, like, that's kind of like playing Slippy into them. It's just super bad. That sucks. I hate that. I didn't think about that before the game, but that makes sense that we would be, like, very unfavored there. We're going to come in for 5 here so that we don't give them an easy defense reaction block. Warrior sucks into Riptide. Ira is kind of like a warrior. That makes sense. Matchup has always been Riptide favored. Even when she had needles, it was like one of the only picks they had game into it. Okay, well, that makes sense then at least. That at least makes sense. Doesn't make the game feel any better, but it makes sense. And then Censor. If this hits, we're just naming Command and Conquer every time. If I don't have an Arsenal, we probably name, like... I mean, I don't know. We'd have to look. Probably name, like, Dual Threat. But if they keep this hand, we're probably just naming Command and Conquer. Yo, what, Michael? Why, I hate that green goblin. No, it never feels better? Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Okay. Well, now it's definitely just Command and Conquer. If there's not something else here, this is just Command and Conquer. If they had more cards, like... If they had more cards, I would consider, like, dual threat here, but I think that we just want to name CNC. Snag is interesting in the mirror. Kind of picking my brain on that one. I mean, there's nothing else we can't play defense reactions into, so we're just going to see what comes up here. Wow. Okay, so this just sucks then. Put this on the bottom and see what we find. Another mediocre blue. Okay. Hey, what's up, Drew? I learned you're supposed to name Conqueror of the High Seas. It's probably true in, like, not an Ira mirror, right? But, like, you probably get the name Conqueror of the High Seas. Also, like, was that, like, reference to, like, the Michael Fung game? If so, tip my hat, mad respect. Snag is probably just a staple part of their blue base. That also would make sense. We want to get the value here. I'd like to get Mask of Momentum value, but I'm more interested in just getting aggressive here. And then we'll just come in for buff power. I mean, this is Mask if it hits, so they have to be willing to give a card and a D-React here if they want to stop this, because they've already given Pouncing Paws, which means they have to have the D-React here. If they take this, they 1010% have a dual threat turn. Drawing Sink Below off the rip is wild. What a crazy hit, bro. Also, this hand's, like, insane. We're definitely going to take this. This has to be a dual threat turn, right? Oh, they're on even bigger than that? Interesting. I don't know that it's always named CNC. Like, if you're late in the game, you should check and see what they have. But I think that Command and Conquer is just a very good name against Ira because that's one of the big disruption pieces. You could alternatively name, like, Censor as well if you're looking to... I don't even remember what this card does. If you could name Censor if you're looking to, like, play your dual threat or something like that, I think. So... Sound the Alarm does not show an attack reaction. Okay, but it shows them our hand. Sink Below is on top of their deck. Okay, I mean, that's fine. Just means we won't throw Pain in the backside on the second chain link. Dual threat, yeah, makes sense. Makes total sense. I don't know what else they want to throw, so we're just going to go ahead and put the Rowdy Locals on the bottom. Yo, drawing into a Favor Scene is cracked. One for 5? I mean, do I care about this? Actually, they know what's in my hand, right? So... yeah, we'll just give up our equipment to stop this here. We also retain a 6-point life lead, which is good. Yo, leave that on top. You love to see it. Pause Reno, big dog. Is this Shoma's list? Was Shoma on Tiger Stripe Shuko? You're so good at this game to rip the sink. Yeah, right, Martin? Right? Exactly. Martin gets it. All right, so they have a Sink Below in their hand that we know about. And an unknown card in Arsenal? I mean, they know the Censor's coming. I would still name Bonds of Agony in any matchup. Yo, that's so real though. The validity coming from that statement from Fuji is just so real, dude. Like, mad respect. Mad respect. Okay. I mean, sure. If you're willing to give me Shuko here, like, I think I'm just okay with this exchange. They did not put a card on the bottom, so maybe they have another dual threat. So it would be pitch a blue Kadachi, play thing. Play like a 0 cost thing into dual threat Kadachi 1 cost thing. Which would like be fine, I guess. What if I mantle into Bonds? Dude. Get out of here, Michael. Get out of here. No, I'm just kidding, dude. Bonds is one of those things that I don't play around. Like mantle into Bonds is not one of those things I play around as much as I should. Also, sorry, forgot to do that. We were recording podcast last night. Yeah, we'll just take this. Why is this Ira better than the new Ira starter deck? Than the Armory deck? I mean... Oh, Nip at the Hills? Oh, I guess technically we have a lot of them, right? But... So, I think this version is like... we should probably be on the new headpiece, to be honest. But I'm just a Mask of Momentum simp. If I'm being entirely honest, I just love Mask of Momentum. Love me some Mask of Momentum, so... Mantle would still be played if it didn't pump damage. Oh, I agree. Like, so I think the card would still be played if it only pumped 2 all the time. Like, if it constantly only pumped 2, I still think it would be played. But yeah, I think we should... There's, like, probably a world where we should be on the new headpiece. And I just, like, haven't, like, really adapted to that yet. Because Aaron gave me this list playing... Aaron gave me this list with Mask of Momentum, and I've really enjoyed it, so I've just kind of stuck with it. But like the Whirling Mist Blossom headpiece should probably be the one that we're playing right now. So I could sink below on something and bottom the Shelter from the Storm. And then if I find a cool line, well, the second dual threat does not help me, unfortunately. I mean, it could, right? Technically. If I was to go up sticks, pitch dual threat for Kadachi into play this. I think we're just going to do this and try to set up for a better turn. I don't know if this is correct or not. Katsu can play without Edge of Autumn and Tutor the Vengeance. Yeah, it's actually really cool. I think that Katsu is actually... Like, Katsu seems in a pretty decent spot right now. I don't know. Maybe just gets hurt by like all the Guardians that are going to be in Kansas City. Do you not like any of the Edge of Autumn lines over generic value? So lowly, I honestly like the Edge of Autumn lists, and I think they're pretty cool. This is just going to be Command and Conquer. It's going to be Kadachi Command and Conquer for 7, I bet. I mean, if it's Command and Conquer on the last one, that's fine, right? God, this turn cycle sucked. Snag is main board for Shoma's list. Okay, that makes sense. I think even though like you can lose your edge kind of easily, like to the Okana Scar Wraps line. I still think you're in an okay spot because there's so many cards that allow you to like get it back. That like if they ever hit, you can just get it back, right? Dude, Will, thanks for hanging out, man. Hope you have a good night, brother. That was definitely a jam hand, Dave. I agree. I think this was. I think a lot of people saying that this was like to Josh's point, saying this was the Katsu Armory deck. Honestly, has like some legs of a statement. Well, if we can not get hit with Command and Conquer or Disruption, we're in a great spot. Okay. I mean, this is going to be for 5 go again. Sure. Definitely doesn't feel great to just take 5, but we have such an insanely broken hand. I mean, we're committing to taking a lot of damage here to try to play this out. I'm willing to just give up my Mask of Momentum here to not have to discard a card. This hand's that good. We're about to play double dual threat again tonight, which is crazy. Yeah, because we need this. We're going to spend one of them. We're going to pitch this to Command and Conquer. Yeah, this hand's insane. All right, Josh is wrong. Always and forever. He said something, so you guys heard it. Josh is wrong about everything all the time. Because at this point, it's about sending a message, Josh. It's about sending a message. We are about to double dual threat this turn, which is crazy. Like, this should win us the game. We had to get through that turn cycle without our hand being, like, without getting, like, majorly disrupted there. Because if they throw a Censor at the end of that chain link, like, if they throw a Censor at the end of that chain link, we're in such a bad spot. But now it's Kodachi for 7 and Command and Conquer for 12. I'm just going to say that one more time. It's Kodachi for 7 into Command and Conquer for 12. I'm not a very nice person for this turn. Oh, lowly, that's hilarious. Yeah, so we put our opponent down to 6. We take everything from them. So it's going to be Pain in the backside for 3 into Sirens of Safe Harbor for 7. Our Tunic counter is up, so now we get to use just Sirens for 7, which is super good for us. By the way, in cases like this, throwing the Tiger before the Kodachi makes it harder to block. Oh, because they can't block in increments of 3, because we're going to go 2 and 2. Okay, sure. That makes a lot of sense, Aaron. Thanks for that, man. I appreciate that. That makes a lot of sense. The only thing that could make this turn better is if you could see your opponent's face. Admittedly, that would be kind of fun. I mean, Legacy of Ikaru can hit this, right? We can technically come over the top by 2 here. Getting Tunic here. Okay. We're going to play the Concealed Blade first. Because the Legacy of Ikaru can be targeted on the Kodachis, which matters if we get the second cycle. Ira's not going well. I mean, the internet, you know, shit the, or our power shit the bed earlier, which kind of sucked. And then we lost to, I can't remember what our first loss was to, and our second loss was to a Riptide, which I don't think is, I've been told is not a very good matchup for us. So kind of like turned my opinion around on that one a little bit ever since then. Hey, Bruno, what's up, buddy? Oh, we lost to Michael playing Slippy. Yep, that's right. Michael was playing Slippy, and we lost to him earlier. I like both of our losses tonight have just kind of felt like me not paying enough attention, if I'm being honest. You think Ira with Kodachis is more consistent than Vengeance? I mean, I don't know about consistency, but I think that they attack different things. And like I'm looking to use Kodachis to attack a different side of things. Yeah, we'll close the combat chain. We'll go ahead and arsenal the shelter here. I mean, our opponent just passing is pretty good for us. Kind of surprised they're not like looking to at least do something here. If we count the game where the power went out, we are technically 0-3. We are technically 0-3. I love that Kodachi still have a place in the metagame in 2025, to be honest. I should have played the Legacy of Ikaru on the first Kodachi. That was just me being a bag nun. That was stupid. That was just a bad play. Trying to think of like what would have to go wrong for us to lose this game. Let's see. GG double dual threat was mean. Double dual threat was insane. We threw 23 on that turn cycle, which was kind of crazy. It was kind of crazy that we were able to offer 23 points on that turn. That was actually pretty insane. Oh, let's play against Valda. I think we want to go second in this matchup. I would assume that Valda is just all of the cards and tokens they own lose all class and talent types. So this shuts off surges, right? The double dual threat turn was insane, Brock. This is Ed. That's so funny. That means we're going to get to play a really good game then. I would assume that we're actually. I think we have a sideboard plan for Valda. Maybe I don't. I did not create one for Valda, but we do have one for Victor. Says we're just playing 63 cards in a Victor. F it, we ball. Feels a little greedy to play 63 cards in this matchup, but I don't know. Aaron, you can scold me about whether this is right or wrong later. How funny that we paired into Ed testing tonight, which is kind of funny because, like, I'm curious to see what Ed's list is like. Ooh, Ed's on Crater Fist. And he's on Debilitate. Oh, he's on Surface Shaking? I like Surface Shaking a lot. I like Surface Shaking a lot. We're just going to push damage with the reactions here. Just come over a little bit. I think going extra cards is right just because their spec will usually strip some cards. I mean, that's fair. LOL? The memes of us just coming in for Kodachi for 3. I didn't know this was Ed's name. I'm so used to people's names online being like their actual name in real life, which is funny because, like, you know, that's like how I like my name's Agrablaze, so like most people like spot me when I join into a game pretty quickly. Coming in for 2. And then it's going to be Censor for 5. Curious to see if Ed gives a card and equipment here. He honestly could give Testament here and something else. I'm Potato Mancer on Talishar. See, yeah, like it's always stuff like that. Seismic Eruption. Ho ho! Getting all the value out of the shield. Well, we're about to get wrecked by Dominate here. We're going to try and keep an E-Strike is going to be the plan. And we're just going to come in for 7. Hopefully it's not the... Terra Sunder Aftershock is kind of sad. We're just going to Arsenal the Command and Conquer, I think. We'll take 6. We'll discard E-Strike and the Cut Through. We'll Arsenal the CNC and just pass. Set up for a better turn here. Hopefully a better turn. Looking to block with Soul Bead Strike and the Shelter from the Storm. I think this is fine. Normally I'd like to Arsenal Shelter, but just playing it is fine. We'll take 2 here. Yeah, I think Valda's real. I think Valda's going to be pretty solid in Kansas City, to be honest. So I don't get it, guys. Like, this card seems so mediocre to me. Like, I genuinely don't get it. Aftershock seems like one of the most mediocre cards of all time. And like, you're not the first person to say that like they think it's really good. I just think it's so medium. I agree. Valda's like as real as any Guardian in the format right now. Yo, pulling a Marvel Jarl is pretty cool though. Full government name? I mean, listen. You never know. You never know. But I guess like that's kind of my point, right? Like I've been talking to a lot of people and they've been telling me that they're struggling into some aggro matchups. And so I think that like Aftershock is kind of just this like super medium card that doesn't do anything. Interesting. I think I'm willing to just take the turn off and Arsenal here with the sink below and set up for a better hand. Valda kicks Betsy out the bar. That's for sure, bro. Oh, I can slot in my social security number? Thanks for that. Thanks for that. Well, that kind of sucks. God. So 2 cards were drawn, so make 3 surges. That's insane. That's actually just insane. Torrent of Tempo for 5 go. Torrent of Tempo for 5 go again because of the Quicken. Into Erase Face for 7. Seems okay. We'll just utilize our hand here. Do what we can. Well, just to clarify here, guys, I mean, technically, like, I get that, like, it's 3 for 8, but it is technically 4 for 8. So, like, it could matter. And also, like, its text box could be weird if you didn't have a surge from the turn before. Because, like, what if you were, like, on an off turn, right? What if you were, like, on a weird off turn? It could matter, right? I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm open to being wrong. It just seems extra medium. Yep. So Ed just blocks out our entire turn. He's probably going to dominate something for 8 here. I mean, it sucks to get hit by this, but at the same time, it doesn't really, like, choke slam doesn't really matter. Up 6 and run, Kadachi for 5, Kadachi for 2, Sirens of Safe Harbor for 6. Gain a life is fine. I actually think this is a matchup you can expect to see quite a bit of at Kansas City. Okay. Kadachi for 2. Adds content blocking here. And then it's going to be Sirens of Safe Harbor for 6. And if Ed's willing to go to 28 here and just, like, let me gain a life, like, have the 7-point swing, I'm okay with that. We're still down quite a bit, so it's not, like, super good for us by any means, but we already have a shelter. Let's keep this for second cycle, I think. We'll just have a 2-card, what is this, a 2-card 7? Okay. Valda stream win? There's a Valda stream coming this week, I promise. There's a Valda stream coming this week, I promise. I'm going to let everybody who's a Twitch sub or a YouTube member vote. I'm going to post the poll tonight for Thursday's stream. And then if we don't play Valda on Thursday, I'm streaming Valda this weekend. Promises. Promises. Yeah, we'll just give it the shelter. We're going to go Kadachi. Bittering Thorns for 5. Go again. Hey, let's go, silly. Congrats. Congrats on that. Yo, Valk, what's up, buddy? When am I going to decide what I'm bringing to Kansas City? It starts on Friday. It starts on Saturday. I leave on Friday, so probably Friday. I'm kidding. We'll probably decide before that, but the truth is I don't know. I mean, like, I guess this is okay. It's just a good value play, right? So I'm going to go Kadachi into 6, Arsenal the Command and Conquer. We have to block with a dual threat earlier. I feel like we did, but I don't see it. Did I pitch the dual threat? Because I feel like we're going to need to get all the value out of our dual threats we can this game. I truly don't know. I'm probably going to spend a ton... Like, I'm going to spend a ton of time this weekend testing. I'll probably stream quite a bit. The only thing that's keeping me from streaming a whole bunch this weekend is I told my dad to play golf. Not that that's, like, a bad thing. I'm excited to play golf and hang out with my dad. Actually, there's only one seismic surge. I think we're just going to do this. This is better disruption. But so that that's gonna hamper my streaming time a little bit this weekend. So around that, we'll figure it out. I am not going to Orlando. I wish I was. I tell you what, if I top 8. Nah, wait. When is Orlando though? It's 2 weeks after Kansas City, right? Bring Marlin. I'm setting up another double dual threat turn. I would love to put together another double dual threat turn. That turn was insane. Seismic Eruption is terrifying. Like, genuinely terrifying. Throw the spec. I mean, we're just going to block as much as we can, right? Oh, shit. Wrong thing. This probably forces a card, which is fine. And then this forces 2 cards because it turns off the seismic surges, which I like a lot. Also adds on promising terrain, and I don't know how much I like that card. Like, I'm not someone to question Ed because he's like a very, very good Guardian player, but I don't know how I feel about that one. Just in all transparency. Riptide feels kind of good for this meta. I mean, I think like Riptide probably just gets dumpstered by like Valda, right? I'm just playing like a boob right now. Ed is winning. That doesn't mean I'm wrong about a card choice in his deck, though. But yes, Ed is winning. I completely agree with you. I'm thinking we should Arsenal this. I don't know. Maybe taking away his Command and Conquer choice is better. Hopefully he doesn't have a CNC here. We're gonna hope a little bit. I think we're just going to give up the whole thing here to stop this. I think it's worth. Aaron, what do you think here? I have enough traps to get around dominate. I don't think you do for like 15 turns. I don't think that's accurate though, right? Like, hey, don't get me wrong. Like, I've never played the matchup from that point of view, so please take it with a grain of salt. But that's just kind of like my 2 cents. Is it feels like it doesn't have enough. We want to go 1-4, break the chain into 4 and 6. I think giving it up at this point in the game is where we need to be if we're going to have a chance reliably. Like, it sucks to give up that much equipment, but I think we have to. I haven't tried an Valda yet, but with the block card and being able to reload D-reacts, I mean, it's possible. Like, again, I don't know a lot about Riptide, so like I'm not. It just my gut reaction tells me it's not very feasible. 4 into 6. There's one more dual threat that we have left in the deck that we're gonna have to get value out of. We're gonna win this game. That's why I asked you for help. Fair enough, Josh. Fair enough, man. Yeah, I mean, like it's possible that promising terrain is good. Like it has some pretty easy to find immediate synergy with the deck. I just don't think it's great. I'm gonna pitch Fate Foreseen to play the Razor on this. Me starting with this should tell Ed that I have a lot of reds. I mean, I don't like what does Bravo do that like you can't get from like a different Guardian? I know on demand dominate's good, but like you also basically get on demand dominate and Valda right now, right? Would be like my counter argument here that you can play a more lean deck. Do I want to give him a third surge? Like, how important is that here? Probably pretty important, right? So we're going to put the Conceal Blade on the bottom. No, we're going to put the Stab Wound on the bottom. This is going to give him a third surge, though. I don't know. It might have been a mistake. You could play Super Fatigue Bravo. That is definitely a thing we could do. That is a thing you could do. Oh, I guess there's only 2 surges. One from tech plating, one from me doing this. Yeah, we'll just push the damage where we can, I guess. Yo. Yo, easy there. We're talking about my beloved horse, bro. We're talking about my beloved horse here, Fish. I have a friend who plays Betsy only and does not like attacking people. He also does have 100 plus copies of Marvel Betsy. That's intense, bro. That's intense. Like, on God, for real, that's intense, fam. I mean, like you can play Fatigue Guardian and get somebody if they're not ready for it, but feels like most people are just gonna be ready for it most of the time. We're gonna have to hope that there's not like some crazy big crush effect here, and we're just gonna be able to. Oh, I thought this was our hand. Just kidding. We're going to take 4 and go to 7. We don't have anything in our arsenal. They're going to make an extra seismic surge, which is not great. Like, I kind of hate that we are giving Ed an extra surge here, but I think it's fine. Polly is the superior pet? Bro, your pet dies to Kodachis. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here. Forget about it. Betsy Marvels will be currency in the year 2100, and when she, Teklo, and Olympia are the best legal heroes in Fab. That's funny. That's pretty funny. Fish said, how dare you? I think any animal will die to a Kodachi. I mean, I don't know, man. Victor's a horse, bro. Horse stonks, dude. Horse stonks. Crash and bash. Reveal a cranial crush. So now dominate is in effect. Thank God we're arsenaling. Oh, so he's gonna throw the cranial crush at me? So we're gonna fate first. Are we gonna sink and no sink here? I don't want to give him a surge, but we could destroy Leyline here. I don't know. This is tough. Like, to decide. Because I would really like to put one of these on the bottom, but if I do, I'm going to give him a surge. I think I have to, right? It feels bad. Oh, I'm sorry. Technically, I'm supposed to do this, Aaron said. Because this or the next Kadachi, if Ed lets it come through, I mean, I think Ed, we might just win this turn. You definitely dig for the double threat attack there? Okay. You think if I show up with my 300-pound self wearing an extra small halter gray top and super tight shorts and a foot-long beard that I could win the cosplay competition as Betsy? That would be hilarious. That would be hilarious. So, as long as there are 3 blocks in Ed's hand, well, yeah, actually, we win if it's all 3 blocks. Like, Ed has to have a defense reaction here because this is for 5, technically. Oh, solid ground looked kind of weird there. So it took a while. We took most of the time. His AVPT was 14 and mine was 13.69. So being able to play 2 of the dual threats there lined up pretty well. Do you view YouTube and Twitch chat via different tabs? So I actually use what's called Restream to stream on both Twitch and YouTube, and they're combined into one chat for me, which is very convenient. Have you seen my battering ram? That would be funny. Who's up cranking their cog? Dude. I was asking Fabton why he killed the bird. He said because it cranked on his stream. Yo, that's so funny. Fabton's hilarious, dude. Fabton's pretty funny. I like Fabton. He's a funny guy. All right. Well, we've admittedly pulled the stream back a little bit together, which is feeling pretty good after how it started. Because it started off pretty rough there, to be honest. Drew, I love you too, buddy. Guys, thanks for being here and hanging out tonight. I appreciate y'all chilling. If you're here for the first time and you're new to the channel, make sure you like, follow, subscribe, all those things. It goes a long way in helping me out. Also, if you're here for the first time, we have 3 questions we ask everybody when they're new. And they are, what's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings? Tell me about yourselves in the chat. I would love to get to know you guys. We're just going to run the same 63 cards back and see how it feels. Hey, Mello, what's up, dude? Someone got in trouble for cranking their cog at a calling? I imagine so. I imagine so. Yo, turn 0 leyline is dirty. Dirty, 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 dirty. It's not very cash money of you, friend. Uh-oh. We're heaving something. So this is just damage against us. I think we're gonna go Kadachi into Pitch Torrent of Tempo for a race face, Arsenal Sirens of Safe Harbor. I've also noticed that everybody's playing Crater Fist in their list, and I'm on Gauntlets of Iron Will, and I don't know if I'm wrong for that. I don't know if I'm wrong for that. Like, I keep waiting and hoping somebody's gonna tell me. Hey, Drew, let's go, dude. Let's go, Drew, with 20 months of that tier 1. Dude, Drew, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate it, man. It means a lot. Thank you so much. My man said, here's to 20 months of Kadachis, dude. Absolutely. I've been playing Kadachis forever. I was playing Kadachis when probably, well, God, that was like during 5 days, so probably when Drew started watching me. Probably when Drew started watching me. Destroy all the auras I control. It's a blowout. I actually think I'm just gonna take 10, go up stakes, Kadachi, into Pain in the Backside, Sirens. And we'll just Arsenal Fate for Scene. Like, our opponent's playing these cards that just, like, do nothing against us. They don't have a text box, and I get it. Like, it's kind of a race in this matchup. But I was actually more afraid of what Ed was doing because it felt like there was, like, real consequences for, like, the cards he was playing. Now, admittedly, the 2-card 8 where, like, it just made another surge didn't feel like anything. But it did end up seeming better than I thought it was going to be. Aftershock, I think is what it was called. I was ragging on that card when Ed played it against me a few minutes ago during our game, but it ended up seeming better than I thought it was going to be. I don't know. I still think that card's kind of meh. Have you ever considered commuting to Greenland for the stream so you'd be closer to my time zone? Dave, what a real question. No. Not specifically Greenland, no. Sorry, buddy. Also, Dave, did you see the follow-up questions I had about the camel thing? I was in on the camel thing, bro. I was in on the camel thing. Yeah, this is like another like thing that we don't care about. We'll just play Fate Foreseen. Okay, so this matters. What if we blocked Knives Out? And Fate Foreseen took 2, and then we went E-Strike for 7, Arsenal Fate. So our turn would be take 2, and then come in for 7. We could alternatively take 1 and then go Kodachi, E-Strike, draw card, which would be for 8. We would have a random card in Arsenal. I like having the defense reaction in Arsenal, to be honest. I like having the defense reaction in Arsenal. I don't know. Maybe it's... I don't know. Oh, you put the extra stuff in there? I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry, Dave. I must have missed that. I must have missed the extra stuff. My bad, dude. I mean, I guess it's not drawing an unknown card. Like, we could have found a card that we wanted, but I think the ultimate decision point there is that we're not going to find a card we want more than Fate Foreseen in our arsenal. Like, that's just a really good arsenal card. And, like, just having defense reactions lines up. Oh, so we would have went to the bottom and then left on top, and we would have gotten 1 more point out of that turn cycle. So there's that to note. Well, this ended up working out pretty well. Let's put this on the bottom. We'll save some D-Reacts for second cycle here. I mean, so like, we would have opted to, but I still think it was fairly random, right? Felt fairly random to me anyway. I don't know. Maybe I was underthinking that situation there. Would you be a 1-hump camel or a 2-hump camel? I immediately imagined a 2-hump camel in my head. So, like, that's what we're going to stick with here. That's what we're going to stick with. Oh, we did break Leyline. Getting Leyline off the board is actually kind of sweet. Yeah, I agree. Like, being able to dodge, like, crush effects is pretty powerful. The other thing that's cool is, like, even as good as Pulverize is, it doesn't really scare me that much in this matchup because we're just able to, like, basically play around it by swinging a Kodachi after a Pulverize. Arsenal to sink below. I mean, hand's pretty good. They have 4 cards, which terrifies me, but this hand's pretty good. Pretty good. This hand's pretty good. Damage is just damage. Crush are the ouchies. I don't think I've ever heard somebody refer to Crush as ouchies, but I 100% agree with you. Crush are the ouchies. You are correct. We're just going to sink. I'm going to put the Torrent of Tempo on the bottom. Try to find something else to Arsenal, I guess. Thought it was me. Maybe I needed a refresh. Am I the drama? My wife would tell you the answer to that is yes. I'm very dramatic. So we play Sink Below. Put Torrent of Tempo on the bottom. Get immediately punished. Immediately punished. It's bag none 30. Bag none 30 after that play. Giving them a second surge off the sink is also kind of like meh. If I could have blocked with the Torrent of Tempo and the 2 pieces of equipment, I would, but, you know, didn't pan out that way. Am I lagging, or are they, like, just taking forever to click things? I can't decide what's happening. I'm assuming you guys can hear me well. Ooh, they have a heave card? They have a heave card? Like, I wouldn't know this IRL, but, like, Talishar kind of cheats a little bit and tells me things like that, so part of me feels a little bad. Again, I've got to remember this more regularly. I'm so used to doing this the other way around, but I really like Aaron's thought process on the fact that like this is like it's more awkward damage, which I like a lot. Oh, let's go. I about missed the follow-up answers again. It's you as a camel, and she knows it. You keep the headband and the mustache. You can't talk, but you can understand English. Okay, so I can understand Carly, but I can't talk to her. I think this would be Carly's ideal situation. If I just couldn't talk, that might be Carly's preferred method of our marriage. So I think if I could understand her, I think she would let me stay in the house. I think that's where I'm at right now. I think she'd let me stay in the house. So we have, oh, somebody asked me if I was going to Orlando earlier. I have zero plans to go to Orlando right now, but here's what I'm going to tell you. If I top 8 Kansas City, I'm probably going to Orlando. But that's a pretty big if. Going to be a lot of good players at Kansas City. And I still don't even know what I'm playing, so. Someone did this sequence to me with Kabuto, and I ruined their whole turn. Yo. Yeah, by doing it that way. Yeah, if you have Kabuto just sitting on the board, that would be bad. That would be Blowout City. Blowout City, dude. That would be awful. Hey, what's up, Wally? No Bloxies here. I don't think it's worth arsenaling this Concealed Blade. I think we're just going to throw a Race Face for 9. If I drew a good Arsenal card off the sink, I would have used Tunic. But I think this is fine. Do. I guess you didn't quite make it through. Nah, girl. I love that Headbutt has just been included in everybody's deck. I mean, that's me included. Like, I have it in my Victor list. This hand seems okay. Oh, yeah, deal. Oh, yeah. Deal. Could not say no blocks fast enough. Isn't Ira weakened to Guardian? So I think that Ira is weak into Victor because of how aggressive Victor can be, but I don't think that Ira is weak into like, I mean, we just beat Ed Knight game before this. Now he's experimenting and trying to figure out his deck, and it looks like we're winning this game pretty handedly so far. So, I mean, I don't know. Like, it could be, but it hasn't felt that way so far in my testing. I will tell you that. Seismic Eruption? Seismic Eruption into Solid Ground is clean. But it's also 23-7. Like, we're in a very good spot right now. Especially with 2 Sync Belows in hand. Others going long, though, she just wins from passive. Yeah, if you get to the end of the game playing against Ira, Kadachis are just gonna lock you out of the game. I'm just not gonna sink, and we're gonna go. That is not what I wanted to do. Yeah, I'm not gonna sink, and we're gonna go Kadachi Command and Conquer. Arsenal the Bittering Thorns. Ira loses to Victor when they CNC pummel you with 3D reacts in hand. Aaron is making a reference to how our game played out the other day. In top 8 of that local Winnabox, or the summer showdown tournament we had the other day at my local store. Aaron and I played in top 8, and I was on Victor, and I had CNC Pummel on 2 turns. He had 2 D reacts in hand and 1 in arsenal both times. It was insane. I mean, I think Ira's all about finding the value, right? So if you're able to, block effectively, then you should. But if you need to be more aggressive, then I would say that you should also be more aggressive. Like, it really just depends on how your draws line up. I think taking 3 to go Kodachi, Bittering Thorns for 5, Censor for 5 is fine. This hand feels pretty good. I'm worried I'm being a little too aggressive with my equipment late, but I'm hoping that I think that I'm using it effectively, just trying to slam the door shut. Slippy is a very powerful deck, I agree. You feel like you end up fatiguing Guardians when you play them? That's interesting. I would be curious to know how your opponents are playing against you. I don't mean that in a rude way. I'm just curious because it's I don't feel like I fatigue many of them. We're just gonna start here. Then we're gonna play the Razor, and then we're gonna play the Censor. Censor for Savon. God, this is so good, dude. We've bullied, we didn't really bully Ed last game, but we ended up winning pretty well. Yeah, our opponent's gonna concede. We're gonna Arsenal the Shelter, and then our hand is Kodachi, Bittering Thorns, Pitch Favorcine to Erase Face. Yeah, we were 5 miles ahead that game. We were very ahead there late. Censor is a very dumb card. Censor is a dummy broken card. Can you plug the online Armory Discord? I mean, I was going to talk about it on Thursday, but sure. I mean, yeah, so guys, for anybody who does not know, Vincent runs the online Armory. He runs a Discord where he just has online armories a couple times a week, and he's just been nice enough to do that for us and just run the online armory events. It's pretty cool. He's been telling me that he's having around I think he said around 8 to 10 people is what he's seeing so far. And I think we'd like to get those numbers up quite a bit. I'm actually going to be playing him one on Thursday. So whatever you guys pick is the deck I'm going to be playing in the online armory on Thursday, which is going to be fun. So you guys should check that out. It's pretty cool. I think Vincent has posted a link in the Discord about it. If not, he can post another link in the Discord for you guys that'll be there. Oh, interesting. This is not a matchup I was expecting to play against at all tonight. Wait, well, we probably want the Tiger, right? Over the +2? Giving the Tiger +2 doesn't matter if you don't have anything, I think. Okay. I don't think this matters at all. Colors of cards don't matter. I don't think we care about Sigil. I think we just want to play it out, right? Just play the mid-rangey. Hey, Milkman, Pockets, what's up, guys? How are you all? You guys doing okay? Interesting hand. Interesting hand. Quad reds to start. It's a good thing this is normally a setup turn, so that should be okay. The fact that it's an early setup turn should be good for us. Also, guys, thanks for being here and hanging out tonight. Appreciate y'all chilling on a random Tuesday while we're hanging out playing cards. I vote you play Kano for the Armory. Brother, let me tell you what is not happening, dude. Let me tell you what is not happening, Brock. Bro, I hate Kano. Hate Kano. All my homies hate Kano. Won't play it. Let's just kind of get aggressive a little bit here. We'll just come in for 5 off of the Kodachi here, and then we'll come in for 7 after this. I'll go hit the hay. Good luck and have fun. Yo, Fish, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I've still yet to play against a wizard. I mean, there's not a lot of people who play wizard in our area, John, to be honest. There's not a ton of people that play wizard, and like the few people that did play wizard have kind of like either stepped away from the game or like they've got other things going on in their life. So I don't talk to too many people. There's not too many people in our area that really play wizard. Won 5 heavy hitters packs. I pulled my man. Yo, you pulled a Marvel Adult Olympia? Let's go, dude. That's awesome. That's awesome, Pockets. Congrats on the 3-0, man. What did you play at your armory, if you don't mind me asking? Hey, guys, for anybody who does not know, if you are a YouTube member or a Twitch subscriber, once a week in the Discord, you get to vote on what I'm going to play when I'm streaming, as long as I'm not testing for a major event like the Pro Tour or Nationals. So I always throw that up so you guys can vote on it. So if you guys want to vote on what I'm going to play on Thursday and you're a YouTube member or a Twitch sub, make sure that you link your Discord to that platform. All right, so we're able to push through 3 points of damage here. We don't have anything in Arsenal for them to be able to get. I think we're just going to take this. Like, I actually think we're just going to take 10, as, like, crazy as that sounds. Our hand's very aggro, and I kind of just want to play it that way. I think we're just going to go Kodachi, pain in the backside here. Arsenal to sink below. I mean, if they had a Cole, kind of sucks. Or if they have a Cole, I guess their turn's not over. Tiger Ira, 1 against Huntsman, Dio, and Slippy. Okay, cool. Let's go. Hey, John, let's go. Becoming a member on YouTube, dude. John, thank you so much for becoming a member of support, dude. I really appreciate that, man. It means a lot, brother. Thank you. All right, so we're going to try and go Kodachi into... I want to go Kodachi. Well, I was going to play Razor Reflex on the pain in the backside to try and push it over the top, but if they're just going to discard the Haunting Rendition here, I'm just going to force them to get the Prevention out of the way, and I'm going to force them to give me another card. Okay. So let's go ahead and throw this for 4 and force them to make this decision here. Like, they have to give me a card. I mean, I guess it might not matter with the Prevention floating, but...
You love to see it.
Chaotic? Pancake. Thank you for the follow on Twitch. Appreciate that a whole bunch. Thank you. Hey, Pockets with 5 months of Prime. Dude, Pockets, thank you so much, man. I appreciate the 5 months of Prime. It really means a lot. Thank you, dude. By the way, guys, if you are here for the first time, you're new to the channel, we got 3 questions we ask everybody when they're new. They are, what's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings? Tell me about yourselves in the chat. I would love to get to know you guys. Yo, Pancake, welcome. Welcome. We're glad you're here and hanging out with us. Since they still have, we're just going to go ahead and Arsenal this. So I think we're going to take the Rune Chance, and we're just going to play the Sink Below, right? Yep, just taking like 6 damage here is not the best thing in the world, but it's fine. I don't want to sink anything because I want to go Kodachi. Actually, I want to go Kodachi, Bittering Thorns, Kodachi, Censor. And then we can name something like Eloquent Eulogy if that's how that pans out. We're also keeping cards in our hand, so if they hit us with like a coal or something after we've dealt damage, we're not really worried about what happens. Because we have protection by having the shelter in hand or the sensor that we could actually banish. It just depends on what things look like here. Bittering Thorns coming in for 5. Nate, Chili Likely, tried it at Gen Con last year and sent from an Ira demo deck to an LP level 2 event and then to a sealed event and was hooked. Let's go, dude. Well, Nate, man, welcome to the channel. Welcome to Flesh and Blood. We're glad you're here and hanging out with us. And thanks for being here, man. Glad you're joining us, brother. I wonder if we're supposed to save the tunic counter. Like, I wonder if we are supposed to save the tunic counter and try to use it to, like, block rune chance. I don't know. There's not a lot of rune chance in play, right? So, like they don't really have any rune chance in play. So it's not like we're really trying to, like, shut anything down. I don't know. I'm intrigued by this decision that they just decided to not block at all here. Somebody has some thoughts or like why? Because they showed us that they have can't remember. I think it was Widespread Ruin. Yeah, Widespread Ruin and Malefic Incantation in their hand. So we kind of have an idea of what they're working with. They block with Deadwood Dirge? Sure. Oh, an ad starts. Nate, I was just saying welcome to the channel, man, and welcome to Flesh and Blood. But I'm glad you're here and I'm glad you're hanging out with us, man. That's all I was saying, buddy. I was just reading your answers and just like kind of and just responding to what you said, brother. That was it. Nothing crazy. Nothing super fancy. All right, so they block here. And then we're going to play the sensor. Hey, let's go. Nate, thank you so much for the Prime sub, man. I really appreciate that, brother. Thank you so much. Means a lot. I really appreciate it. Guys, I was talking about this earlier. If you're a Twitch sub or you are a YouTube member, you have the ability to link that platform to the Discord, and you can find the Discord by putting !! Discord in the chat. But you can link those together, and then you get access to all of my decks with matchup guides, articles about events that I write. You get to vote on what I play on a weekly basis. So there's like some pretty cool things that you get out of that. So if you already have access to that, you might as well do it, right? All right, we're just going to go ahead and Arsenal Shelter from the Storm. Oh, this hand's good. Well, they banished a Widespread Ruin. Our hand's pretty good. It gets disrupted pretty hard by the... It gets disrupted pretty hard by a cold next turn. Hey, Damien, what's up, dude? First time in a stream, but been watching your YouTube videos? Oh, well, dude, I appreciate that, man. It means a lot. Thank you. I mean, I think we're just going to play the Shelter. I'm just going to deny them all value that I can here. Oh, I should have blocked with this, probably. Oh, well. It's fine. We're just going to take the value where we can get it here. This is perfectly fine. So we need this Kodachi to hit. Like, they could have the last Haunting rendition, I suppose, which would be not great. Am I lagging? It's like, I don't know what's going on here. Okay, so they have the coal. Okay. So we're not going to spend anything. We're not going to waste any cards here. We're just going to let the coal resolve. We're going to banish a cut through from our hand. And then we're just going to set up the dual threat and arsenal here. They hit another widespread ruin, so this is fine. Honestly, Drew, I really like Ira. I think she's a lot of fun. I think she attacks the metagame in a really, like, in a way that, like, really sits with my brain. I really enjoy Ira and her play pattern. She's honestly towards the top. Like, man, like, it's weird because, like, every time I play a deck and, like, I start to, like, get into a rhythm with it, I'm like, man, I should play this at a big event. So I don't know. I like that this has a gravy matchup that's, like, playable, that's, like, pretty decent. And I also really like that this has this has a better Gravy Bones and a better Verdance matchup than either of the Guardian heroes I'm looking at playing do, in my opinion. Yikes. This hand is not great. That means this is coming in for 7. We're just going to take both of the Rune Chants. I don't really care to let them banish something. We're bringing him back to Ninja. I mean, honestly, you get to play, like, Guardian Ninja with this, which is what I enjoy about it so much. Like, this is Ninja, but, man, I love that you just get to play Guardian, basically. We'll put Sirens on the bottom. Ooh. Yikes. 5 reds in a row is pretty unfortunate. Okay. 6 reds in a row. We banish a Command and Conquer. They banish... I mean, they're going to get the Eulogy, because I'm pretty sure it's this turn. But we didn't have anything else to do, so we might as well. I mean, Aaron, if you're being serious, I'll take you up on it, because this is... I would have told you last week that Victor was the only deck that I was considering for Kansas City, but this and Valda are, like, really on my list, and I'm going to be playing a lot of both of these decks. Like, if you have, like, a different list that you think is in a better spot, dude, like, I'd love to sit down and chat with you about it sometime. Our opponent also has to be careful of Blood Debt here. Also has to be careful of Blood Debt. They might not have had a hand that uses creepers effectively, Mellow, but I agree that, like, using creepers is, like, one of the best ways to keep pressure. It makes a lot of sense. Pitching a blue. We can? Okay, yeah, dude. I'm definitely down, man. For sure. So I think I'm going to block the Rune Chance here. And then I'm just going to block 2 on this. Because if I take no arcane damage, they can't flash in the steal a card for my hand thing. Whatever the heck it's called. I forgot what it's called. Like a boob. We'll leave that on top. Shelter seems pretty good with the way the game's going. Okay, here's that creepers line you were talking about, Mello. I kind of assumed they were going to tunic creepers here. I mean, I haven't taken any arcane, so I'm a little surprised they want a creepers, but don't know what their hand is either. I said they were thinking, and then immediately hit undo. They probably just needed a second to decide what they wanted to do. So they're going to use Tunic, activate Creepers. They're going to play Jack-o'-lantern. This is... okay. Oh, I can't prevent this? Okay. Yeah, and we are going to take this. I'm okay with this. I mean, if they have a succumb to temptation, it's going to feel pretty bad. All right, so we lose our shelter, which sucks. They lose a widespread ruin. They're going to take 2 down to 12. And then our turn is going to be 1, 2, 6. Gain a life. So we're going to have 9 points of offense and 1 point of defense on this turn cycle. If they hit us with another coal, that would feel bad. But again, I don't really think we're in a position to play around it. I don't think we're really ever in a position to play around it against this deck. Blocking 1 there tells me they do not have the coal. Blue Pumpkins is a choice. Blue Pumpkins is a choice, that's for sure. What do you think about swapping Mask of Momentum with Iris? I actually think that's probably the better play, Bunroy. We were talking about that earlier in the stream, and I actually think that's probably the better choice for the current meta. I mean, I guess technically we could have played the dual threat here. I probably should have played the dual threat here. They're very clearly trying to keep their hand. So I should have went Kodachi, Pouncing Paws, into Break to Combat Chain, play dual threat, Kodachi into Sirens. I'm opening myself up to disruption here, but... is this meta an Acilio angle? I mean, I think that Acilio is at a pretty good place in the metagame right now. Yeah, I agree. Iris means edge, though, right? Aaron was playing Kodachi's at our tournament last week with Iris. He was playing everything else. Like, it was like Tunic, it was the Pouncing Paws and the Tearing Shuko, but it was on Iris. He was on Iris. Iris doesn't have anything to do with edge. I mean, it doesn't. But I definitely understand why people think that for sure. Like, they kind of seem like they like go together because like it's part of the armory deck and we have some new armory deck inclusions. But I agree that Iris is just good. It's the new headpiece, Jono. The new headpiece from the Ira Armory deck. The one that you can tap and discard a card and then search up a Whirling Mist Blossom. Hey, Joey, what's up, buddy? How are you? We're going to go back to 17 here. Curious to see how they want to play this one out. Mordred-tide? Sure. Oh, you're going to pitch a blue? Nice. Oh, it's Deadwood Dirge. Okay. We are going to take the turn off here to just block all of this. We're just going to block everything. There's no reason not to. We put them to 6. We break creepers. We do the whole thing here. More Ira. Very cool. I do enjoy Ira. She's a lot of fun. She's like a guardian, but she's also like poke, 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 which I love as well. We get rid of creepers there, and we're just slowly forcing them to take Blood Debt here. And yeah, you're welcome, Jono. Absolutely. Yeah, Iris, you just need to hit for it to be online. Yeah, you have to tap it and discard a card, I think, is how it works, Bunroy. If I remember correctly. I have one sitting over here. I could just go look at it. On their spread of play? Yeah, I get that. I completely get that, Joey. I completely understand. Ooh, they're on call for backup. That's fun. I like this card a lot. Somebody was telling me that they think this card's very broken in chain. In LL, which makes a lot of sense. Carly is not having a good time in the other room doing something. I mean, I guess blocking with Mask of Momentum versus blocking with Iris is kind of the same thing. They both have 2 Blade Break. You're right. I will not triple dual threat this turn. You are correct. Oh, that's funny. It's going to be Kadachi for 1 into Torna Tempo for 6, which I'm hoping buys us enough breathing room to be able to play our dual threat. Because if we ever get to where we play our dual threat, the game's over on the spot. Like, we just win in that moment. I don't think there's anything else for them to do after that. You see, Iris has the advantage where the opponent is so conditioned to Mask of Momentum that they try to block the 3rd chain link anyway. So it is funny that you say that, Aegis, because I found myself doing that against Aaron the other day in our game. We played in the top 8 of that of our like local like summer showdown tournament that our store had the other day, and I found myself trying to block Mask of Momentum the other day, and I was like, "You don't have to block Mask of Momentum, buddy. You don't have to block Mask of Momentum." Like, but I found myself doing it regardless, and it's just funny. Is there any thought to playing Pouncing Paws, attacking for 1, breaking the chain, playing dual threat, and attacking for 4? Because technically this doesn't force a card. Mask PTSD is real. Mask PTSD is real. I honestly, Brock, if I'm being honest, I'm gonna go back and watch this game later because it feels like there was probably a good opportunity for me to just. It feels like there was a good opportunity for me to just play dual threat for just 3 points of value, but try to close the game. Try to close the door on this game. Requiem for the damn rectum. Damn near killed him. There's one more Cole we haven't seen, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there's one more. So the good news is that Shelter protects us in this hand. It doesn't really matter. We could also just discard the Nip at the Hills. It doesn't really matter how we play this turn. I think the dual threat slams the door here. Wait, why'd I pass? I definitely think I've spent too much time looking for the 6 value off of it this game. 110%. I'm not sure how we could have killed them, Aaron. I'll look for how turn 10, turn 9 or turn 10 I could have won the game. Okay, I'm gonna look for how I could have won that turn, Aaron. I'll go back and watch that later and look for it. Turn 9 or turn 10. Okay. Oh, I had go again, so I could have broken the chain, made the tiger, and then played dual threat and attack for 3. Yeah, okay. Never mind, because he would have went to 1 and then taken 1 on his turn, and went down and died. Yeah. That was just a mistake. That was just silly. Thankfully, we're far enough ahead to where it doesn't matter, but yes, that would have been a better play. Kadachi coming in for 4. I mean, I love that you're blocking with 2 cards here, but there's no way it's correct. Because this is for 8. Yeah, they say good game in the chat. I think that's going to close it out. Yeah, that got us there. Okay, so our opponent took a lot of time thinking. I also played that game like I would a Guardian. I played that game like how I would Victor into that. Yeah, what's the other mask called? Iris, I think. It's Iris of something. Iris of the Blossom. Yeah. So, I mean, I've been playing Mask of Momentum in my deck. I don't know, So, I've been playing Mask of Momentum in my list, and honestly, it's been kind of weird because you break the chain for dual threat a lot. I think that Iris of the Blossom is just better. We probably have to retool our list just a little bit, but I do think that Iris of the Blossom is a better overall pick in CC right now. You get better, a better headpiece into more matchups, I think. And overall, just having this, it blocks the same at the end of the game. So Iris of the Blossom is probably just a better headpiece for Ira in CC right now. I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe we're supposed to be on Mask. I'm gonna talk to Aaron. We're gonna have Aaron walk me through some things here, and we'll kind of talk about it a little bit. But I don't know. It kind of feels like that's that Iris is the play. Maybe we're supposed to be on Iris over Mask of Momentum. I don't know. Who knows? Everybody finished 4-2 tonight. I mean, I guess 4-3 if you count that first game, but I don't know. Guys, thanks so much for hanging out tonight. Thanks for being here. We are going to cut the stream about 10 minutes early just because, if we play another game, it'll take a while. We got a gameplay video coming tomorrow. Victor versus Valda tomorrow, so make sure you check that out. If you're a YouTube member, you already have access to it. But if not, make sure you check that out tomorrow at noon Eastern time. And then we'll be back on Thursday playing in Vincent's Online Armory. If you want to join me, you can join the Online Armory in the Discord. ! Discord. You can find a link in the community content section that'll actually take you to Vincent's Discord. Or if you need an invite, DM me. I'll shoot you one. I have no problem with that. But you can come play and hang out. And if you are a YouTube member or Twitch sub, remember, you're going to vote for what I play on Thursday. I'm going to put that poll up tonight or in the morning, and you'll have a chance to vote for what we're going to play on Thursday. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good night, and I will see you guys on Thursday. Take it easy, guys. Kyle requested 5 subs of water. Fucking weeb. It was not water.